Hello everyone, welcome to Cover 2 TV Daily News. I'm your third string quarterback, Jacoby Brissett, coming to you from the Cover 2 TV basement. So first in the news today, we've got Ryan Tannehill went down in practice Thursday night with a knee injury. Now MRI scans have come back and said there's no structural damage to his knee. However, it is believed that it's possibly related to his ACL tear that happened in 2016. Now right now the Dolphins are assessing their options to what to do with Tannehill. Do they have to send him to surgery, or is there any way they can just rehab him for a few weeks? So what we're going to do today, I'm going to explore the options if he is put on season-ending surgery. So first of all, we've got career backup and Miami Dolphins backup, Matt Moore. Now Matt Moore is said to be one of the best backup quarterbacks in the league, who's safe and actually does have a record of 15 wins to only 13 losses. But as we all know with Matt Moore, he is just a backup quarterback. When you ask him to do more than he's ready for, he's going to crumble and you're going to end up with a poor team who's not going to make the playoffs again. So the other options that apparently is being talked about is getting the old gunslinger himself out of retirement, Jay Cutler. Now I think this is an interesting one because as we all know, Cutler only retired this season, but he has got that big arm. He has won a lot more games than what people give him credit for. I've never bought the he's not tough angle. I always felt that was more of a narrative than an actual truth. And also, he had his best season with Adam Gates as his coordinator, the now head coach of the Dolphins. So this one actually does make a little bit of sense. If they go and try and get Jay Cutler out of retirement, it could make the Dolphins feisty, because Jay Cutler will throw it and will look to try and get Devontae Parker and Jarvis Landry in the game. I think I'd actually say Jay Cutler's a better quarterback than Ryan Tannehill. I think if you look at the stats for it, I think he's proved that. I think he tries to do everything. I think that was because he came from Vanderbilt, where he was the offense, and it was all down to him making every play to see if they won, and he could never really tone that back a bit when he got to the NFL, when he had other good players around him. So now I always feel like I've always thought Ryan Tannehill was a bit mediocre and not actually that good, so I would actually consider Jay Cutler an upgrade. But if they can't entice him from getting out of retirement, another option we have is Brock Osweiler. That just deflates a room. Osweiler, I mean, we've seen what he is now, and he's not very good. He's unbelievably bad, to be honest with you. The Browns were actually looking at just dumping his contract, which I still think they'll do. I still think at some point this season they'll just release Brock Osweiler. So whether they can try and get the Dolphins to maybe send them a 7th round pick or something, try and get rid of him, try and get Dolphins to take on that contract, I'm not sure. I don't see it happening. I also don't see him as an upgrade on even Matt Moore. I don't see why you go for Brock Osweiler. He doesn't come across as a leader, and I think he's been very lucky to earn the money he's got when you look at what he did for the Texans, and that seems like a massive mistake now they're paying them. And now the Browns in the most weirdest trade in history, where they actually paid to get his contract. Clearly no one rates Brock Osweiler anymore, but he is one of the names that is available. Now on the other backups that I had a little think about was AJ McCarron. AJ McCarron, the backup quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals. Now there's been a lot of talk about McCarron before the draft, about maybe he will be one quarterback to be traded because he'd be a cheaper option than Jimmy Garoppolo. However, looking at the Bengals quarterback room, there isn't no one after Dalton to get rid of McCarron, so I think his price would be too high for the Dolphins. However, what we see all last season when Teddy Bridgewater went down, the price wasn't too high for Sam Bradford. So maybe there is something that can be done there with AJ McCarron, who some think is actually a potential starting quarterback in the league. I'm not sure myself personally, because I haven't just seen enough of him. Now finally, to address the elephant in the room and the names that we're all going to expect me to talk about, is Colin Kaepernick. Now, I listened to Chris talk about Kaepernick yesterday. He was talking about why the Ravens aren't signing him, and Richard Sherman made some good points by saying, you know, if you're not being blackballed, you don't need to make a statement saying you're not blackballing Colin Kaepernick. Whereas me, if you watch your TV show on the off-season storylines, I went in hard on why Colin Kaepernick doesn't have a job, and it's a lot to do with his footballing reasons. However, if the Dolphins go for someone like Brock Osweiler over Colin Kaepernick, then it's no longer footballing reasons, because Colin Kaepernick is easily better than Brock Osweiler. The things you have to deal with Kaepernick is, it just makes sense if you're only having a quarterback for a year, then having Kaepernick to run the offense for a year makes more sense than any other quarterback right now, I think. And he was actually a Dolphins fan. It was only a few years ago he got in trouble for wearing a Dolphins hat, which I actually did think was wrong myself. I thought it was a bit of a finger up to the fans who are wearing your gear and then you're wearing another team's gear. I still don't believe that what other things I've read where people are talking about Kaepernick being a potential top 5, top 10 quarterback. I don't think he's that good. I think we've seen a steady decline in him. But I think in the Dolphins' current situation, where their quarterback's going to be out for a season injury, I can't see any better options than Colin Kaepernick right now. So that's who I believe they should go for. And I believe that he will be able to give their offense something, because they've got a decent defense with Dominic Sue. And Dominic Sue. They've got that good defense, which is what Kaepernick had at San Francisco 49ers when he was playing well. So that good defense, and then ask him to just make a few plays here and there to like Javaris Landry, who catches everything. It could work out well. So that's where I believe they should go. Let me know where you think they should go. Do you think they should just keep Matt Moore? Do you think they should try and just rehabilitate Ryan Tannehill? Let me know in the comments. Okay, and then our next story is football is back. Not really. It's like football's little less talented brother. Because last night we had the Hall of Fame pre-season game where the Dallas Cowboys defeated the Arizona Cardinals 20-18. And here's what we learned in that. Pre-season's boring, pre-season's not real football, bring on the regular season. I don't see a point in making many takes on this, because what did we learn really? Blaine Gabbert might be a serviceable backup quarterback. Trevor Knight may not be. I mean, outside of that, I don't think there was much to take from it. It's pre-season. It doesn't really matter. It's good for coaches to see players on film, but I always remember like the guy who was going to be like the next Gronkowski playing well for the Patriots and then disappearing after the pre-season and never seeing him again. And I think he went to the Jets, and now I don't know where he is. But it just shows that pre-season, it doesn't really matter. It's just about coaches just having a look and seeing what they think they already know. Okay, so just for our final story today, I've gone for Tom Brady, who turned 40 yesterday. So the GOATs turned 40. Now I just want to say big happy birthday to Tom. Now a lot of people might not know this, but I actually became a New England Patriots fan, and half the reason was because their quarterback was named Thomas. It sounds stupid, but I was 12 and I was just looking for a reason to support the team, and he had this young upstart quarterback and no one believed in him, called Thomas Brady. Turns out that he's the best quarterback ever, known as Tom Terrific Brady, and has now brought me 5 Super Bowl rings. Well, I wish he brought them to me personally. So, happy birthday Tom. And also, Brady's also, he addressed his concussion issue that his wife brought up not so long ago. He spoke about how he just thinks it's a family matter, and how that's the only people he discuss it with, because that's the only people who care about him. Which is true, but I think there's a deeper issue with this concussions, and it's what is a concussion? And I still don't think the NFL or the world as a whole totally knows what a concussion is. So like when he's at home and he's a bit miserable and it's a little bit off, that's something which Giselle will notice, but he's still able to pass a concussion exam, the concussion protocol. So I think they're still up in the air, and I don't know how the NFL can rectify this. I think we're going to still have many issues with concussions, and it's going to go on and on and on. So sorry if you're bored about concussion talk, but I don't see this season being any different from the last few, about people repeatedly talking about going to the concussion protocol. Okay, so that's been your news today. I've been Geno. Give us a big thumbs up and subscribe. Leave it in the comments if you want to see more of me, if you just want to see just Geno, if you think it's all about the bliss of Chris, or if you want to see more Steve Hall. Let us know. Thank you. Ta-ra.